Hello everyone, La13 Scale here, also known as Scale, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where we have Angel Star revising her statement yet again. I'm of the opinion at this point that she didn't kill him, but I think she's just fabricating a story just to get Lana gone, but I don't know why Lana is agreeing to it. Unless she believes that Edgeworth really did it. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? No! Victim, you wear some ugly loafers. 2 types of blood were found on his shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Maybe he kicked her in the nose. That's not really a whole lot to be going off of here. Like, I do agree that it is suspicious to see that at the scene of a crime, but... This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I hate you. Like, I like your aesthetic. I like that you're a bitch. I just hate you because you're a bitch. What? There was blood found on that shoe. When was this shoe submitted to evidence? This should not be new information to the judge presiding over the case. Hold it together. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. None of your evidence thus far has been decisive, lady. None of it. So why is this gonna be? Can I have the shoe? Can I see that? Can I do the zoom in with the magnifying glass on that?
Objection!
Did Edgeworth just object to his own witness providing evidence to the court? Thank God. Okay. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Yeah, I'd like to know too. Why did the police not look into this? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't care if you do or don't trust him with it. It's still required to be... It's still required to be presented during pre-trial. This should not be being found out on the stand. This is the evidence that needs to be discussed at pretrial to see if A, it's admissible evidence to be used in a court of law, so this way you don't have, I don't know, Lunchland rappers from 4 weeks ago being involved in this evidence for this specific case. And also, you know what, I'm just going to shut up. That's why I took the liberty of investigating it myself. Oh, that's why all the cops got kicked out. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? No! You didn't. You keep throwing out accusations left, right, and center without mentioning any credibility of your information or sourcing. Like, not only did you have blood tests performed, but who did you have do the blood tests? Was it our own police department's resources that did the blood test? And if it was, why was this information not being provided to anyone prior to this? Especially given how close prosecutors work with this. Clearly, like, somebody in that department has to view her as a higher up than literally anybody actually in the chain of command. I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Oh, for God's sake. Because of course you do. Because of course you have 3 boyfriends in forensics. You crazy psychopathic narcissist. In any case, Your Honor, I won't accept this as evidence. Good man. Hello, Edgy. What? Yeah, if she's got 3 boyfriends in forensics who are biased because they share her biased perspective, who's to say that they didn't fabricate the results? You must know the 2 laws of evidence. Nope. None of that sentence was right. Not a single bit of it. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department, which she has. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. I don't know about that, but inadmissible in a court of law would be correct.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
Shush, don't argue with him. He's winning our case for us. It seems so. I mean, Edgeworth sure is celebrating. He really shouldn't be.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce the official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Edgeworth fighting his own witness on the stand is not something I think I've seen since Lotta Hart. Ugh.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
Fuck if I know. Y'all are making up your own laws. None of this has actually been true to any kind of court case proceeding. It seems so. I mean, Edgeworth is looking pretty solid. That's a quick turnaround. You could at least study some evidence law, really. Hey, look. All right, when y'all fabricating law for this, there's no reason to study. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. What's the second? It better be that I need to know about this beforehand. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Victim's shoe is added to the court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from both Lana Goodman... Nope. From Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Send help. Okay.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
I'm just gonna press to hell and back. So why did you lie about those 5 minutes? Are you sure about those 5 minutes? Are you sure?
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
Ignore the question.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
I don't know. I think you made your point.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
I may have been mistaken.
She's not.
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim with my very own eyes. Compared to that, 5 blank minutes mean nothing.
What? Why didn't you just tell the... Yeah. Why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranging testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
Ugh. This is when the suspect admits she did it? Wait, when the suspect is admitting that she did it? But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. Don't just breeze past this, judgy. It matters quite a lot why you're bringing this up. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime, right?
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department.
That wasn't the answer to the question I asked you. At all. At all.
I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe? Oh my god, Edgeworth.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen.
Nope.
See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
Well, what else you got in it? You got any more evidence you want to dump out on the table right now? I'm happy for you. And your lunchbox bag thing, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of a crime, which itself is a crime. You can get her on, oh god. Well, in theory, you could potentially get her on falsifying evidence, but, what is it when you delay a police case of some kind? It's nope. Notwithstanding, not... Oh. Anyway, when you delay a police trial, there's a thing for that, and it's a crime. Now, tell us what you did. Stop breezing over her crimes that she's admitting to committing. You know what? Actually, you know what? Never mind. Just let her keep going. She's gonna hang herself at this rate eventually. Right? Because all she's doing is confessing to absolutely awful crimes, one right after the other, while all of this is being recorded by the stenographer. I can remember that word. But not obstructing justice. I couldn't come up with that. But I could get stenographer. Some days.
2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One, of course, was the victim's.
So you brought it into the forensics department on your own?
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved.
I guess.
To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensic expert.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have some blood stains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed, after all.
I don't know. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. And you're sure that this happened during all of this? When did you notice that the shoe fell off? When did you notice that the shoe was behind the car? What part of the car was it behind? Was it the passenger back wheel or the driver back wheel? Why does that matter? It tells me what angle she would have stuffed the body into the trunk.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. The other type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Okay. You can't say that... Well, the music's still going, so I guess we're good. You can't say for sure that the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. What? What?
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
No, I don't. Because I'm pretty sure that Phoenix is wrong. Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well... Blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. We could get more DNA off of this, but if this is 2000, that makes a lot of sense. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. So what's the angle that we're playing here? That Lana did stab him in self-defense? Oh, that would check. Okay. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow down any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific, actually.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten the DNA test results.
Oh. Okay, so she tested the blood for a blood type match, but she didn't do a DNA test. Okay. So what that's telling me is that whoever committed the murder has the same blood type as Lana. Well, what blood type does Lana have? I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what my own blood type is. Maybe I'll call my mom later.
But they said there's very little doubt that it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
Oh, is she O negative? Like universal donor? So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that.
And this shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
I'm going to keep pressing here. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. Oh, ooh, what is that?
You ordered the peppered fish guts, right?
Ew. Like, if that's something that you like, by all means, please enjoy it. I don't like how it's drawn there. It looks like if you made gummy fries and put it on rice, but boiled them until they were skin colored or something. Like, that's...
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's a...
What the fuck is this sentence?
She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I don't know. I don't know. There's a problem? If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. Please, for the love of God, someone tell me what it is.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I give you peppered fish guts now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. If he's being stabbed, it's not going to be just in this one spot, is it? Oh! It's on the sole. It's on the sole. I wonder if you noticed, but there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. God damn, I'm brilliant. It did just take it down to flipping it around.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
That was a threat? That was a recorded threat. Did y'all see that? That was a threat. She just threatened me in a court of law. Judge, can you hold her in contempt of court? That was the other word I was thinking of. Couldn't remember that. Anyway, my point still stands. Please, can we? Just a little bit? No? All right. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. No, it doesn't. Blood splatter makes sense. Him standing on it, on the pool of blood, makes no sense. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? Shit, I don't know how to prove it in terms of evidence. Why is his ID cards found so far away? No traces. Work of art. This was due to loss of blood. Memo. Muffler. There's no blood on the ground. There's no blood on anything other than Lana. There's no blood pooled up on the ground in front of the car. I don't know if this is going to be true or not. The problem lies in the footprint. Look at me go.
The footprint.
Note the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? There it is. I figured it out. It just took me a second. All right. Why is everyone here... why is the judge so dumb? As you can see, there are no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. Hello, Phoenix. You popped up over the evidence. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. He's got a point. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
Oh my god, they're going back and forth. Then, where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because at the scene of the crime that I was just at, there aren't any. We checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. I'm psychic. Either that or Phoenix and I are on the same wavelength, and, you know, that's a thought. Order, order, order. Well, witness?
Great going, Mr. Wright, but, it's true that a lack of footprints is a contradiction, but then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Why do I have to come up with that answer? It's on the witness. Who claims that she saw it? And I don't know why it's not there. Oh, I know why. He was murdered somebody, like somewhere else, put in the trunk of Edgeworth's car and was pulled out there. He probably wasn't even aware they had a body in his trunk. I bet you... Hold it, I'm loading. I bet you the murder took place at the award ceremony. And then we're going to have to prove that Edgeworth didn't do it. But that Lana went to the trunk of Edgeworth's car to go get something, found the body in his trunk, and assumed that he did it. Or that at the very least it was going to look like he did it.
What?
Oh? Edgy? I see. Now I get it. That he was murdered somewhere else. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. Oh, so she was responsible for moving the body. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? I can't believe I'm double teaming her with Edgeworth. Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspects.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly, a predator. This one, a leopard woman, rawr.
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. Yeah, no kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask one very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
What? You had to give her an out? Water, what does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Ah, you don't mean... Yes. The suspect kicked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To ensure that the bloodstains would... to erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What? Okay, so maybe... That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum and erased all the telltale signs. Okay, so all I'm getting from this is that whoever committed the murder did kick over the oil drum to erase all telltale signs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that was Lana.
Why, that's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
It reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut it when she stabbed him? Huh.
So that's when my sister got blood on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please!
What? What can I do? Object, you dumbass! Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But I can't prove that. Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. No. Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it. What?
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me?
Oh, she got Angel to flip her own script by saying that she was working alongside prosecutors.
Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
What is this farce of a trial? We'll figure out what that evidence is next time, because that's all the time we've got for this episode. So take care, everybody.